Today we're going to be diving into one of the most beautiful film scores ever, the Interstellar theme by Hans Zimmer. You don't need to be an advanced player to make this sound amazing. We're just going to start with the right hand for this arrangement. And even with just one hand, this can sound beautiful and even cinematic. Let me show you this full arrangement that we're going to be learning, and then I'll break it down. See what I mean? There's so much emotion in just a few simple notes, and we're going to be bringing that out today. Let's get started. All right, we're looking at the notation for the first section of what I just played for you, and there might be some symbols and some things going on here that you're not familiar with if you're just starting out, and that's okay. I'm going to break this stuff down for you step by step. I'll be here with you the whole way walking you through it. And we like to go by the method of play to learn, so we're going to start playing and learn as we go. And with that in mind, let's get our hand up at the keyboard here or at the piano. We're going to put our thumb or our first finger on this note right here. This is an E. And if you look underneath the note, you see that 1. That reminds you that we're playing that E with our thumb. Okay? And you can see a handful of these black notes playing E's steadily. These are called quarter notes. We're going to play them like this. So far so good, right? Not that hard. And you might notice that these are grouped in threes. So 1, 2, 3, and then a line comes down. We move into the next group of 3. But we're going to play through them evenly as if there's no line, so no gaps in between. 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now things change. The next note is higher up on the staff, or the lines and spaces that you see these notes sitting on. We're going to put our third finger on A, right here. So we're a little bit wider than a 5-finger position, like this. Instead, we want to shift up like that. So we're skipping the note after our thumb. And this, my friends, is what we call a hand position. This is the shape that our hand and fingers lay on to cover the notes that are going to be used in this melody, at least in this section of the arrangement. So go ahead and get your hands up there. We already know our thumb is on E. Second finger is going to skip over F and go to G. Third finger is on A. Fourth finger is on B. Fifth finger or pinky is on C. All right? So we've just done our E's. We did a bunch of E's. Now we're reaching up with our third finger to A, and this note, which happens to be called a dotted half note, is going to hold for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Next measure, or grouping of notes, we have our fourth finger playing a B. 1, 2, 3. Now you might notice there's a line connecting it, a curved line joining with the next note, which also is fourth finger on B. We're not going to play that second note. The line that connects them is called a tie, and it groups the two notes together. So we'll play 1, 2, 3, and then hold it into the next 1, 2, 3. So technically this note is going to get 6 counts. You guessed it. All right, let's stop there, go back and review. We have E, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now A, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. Good. Next measure, back to quarter notes. Remember, these are the notes that get 1 count each. And we're going to play 3, 4, 5. Those are the finger numbers. Or we can think A, B, C. Next measure, continuing on with quarter notes, 4, 3, 4. Or the note names would be B, A, B. And we're going to end this section with 2 more longer notes. C with 5, that's a dotted half for 3. And then B with our fourth finger, that's a half note. And a half note gets 2 counts. And we notice at the last beat of this measure is a little squiggly line. That is a quarter rest. A 1-beat silence instead of a 1-beat note. So in the very last measure we see 1, 2, rest. Let's back up a little bit here and review. We're going to start from after those 2 tied notes. So we're tying these notes, and then we're going to move on. 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, and then 5, hold it for 3 counts. 4, hold it for 2, then rest. Now we're going to focus on getting into the next section of this arrangement. And it's going to require that we move our hand from that first hand position we just worked on up a little bit higher on the instrument. And so what we're going to do is start with the end of the last piece we just learned, the last section, so that we can practice moving into the beginning of the new section. So this is a transition lesson, and if that sounds overwhelming, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to walk you through this. We just got done practicing this, and this is the end of the last section, after our tied note. We have our dotted half note here, and then we have a half note with a rest. During this rest, we're going to shift our right hand to the right, or higher on the keyboard. And we're going to look to put our thumb on A. Now this is the first note that we're starting with in this section, by the way. Right? We have our third finger on A. But here, during this rest, we're going to bring our thumb to A. And once we do that, we want to get the rest of our fingers to lay to the right, each on their own consecutive next white key. And that means second finger's on B, third finger's on C, fourth finger's on D, fifth finger's on E. And you could take a minute to just get comfortable in that position by playing the notes up and down if you like. Once we're here, we get into a really, really cool pattern that kind of works as a perfect exercise to practice all the finger movements within a 5-finger position. We're going to do stuff like this. Okay, but we'll get there. For now, we're just working on the transition. So during our rest, we move our thumb to A, and we get the rest of our fingers in place. And we're going to actually start this pattern in this segment as well. So we go A with a quarter note, fifth finger on E for a half note. We do it again. 1, 2, 3. Then we go to our second finger on B, same rhythmic pattern, but instead of A, we'll do B. So 1, 2, 3. Again, B, E. Now, the pattern, I think, should be starting to form in your mind here. We're going to move up to the next note on the bottom as well, same rhythmic pattern, and that means 3 on C, then E, and again C, E. We're now looking at section 2 in its entirety. So we've done the transition, and now you know that when we have that 2-count note with the rest, during the rest we shift up, right? And now we're here. That A to E is where we're starting in the notation now. So let's pick up from there. We know this part already. A, E, then up to B, E, up to C, E. Now this part's new. We're going to keep the pattern going and play D, E. That's with our fourth finger. And then we have a new little thing here. We have 4, 5, 2 on B, then right back to A, E. And we're going to start that all again. Now I mentioned in the last video that this is a great exercise in itself for working on 5-finger position dexterity and finger independence. So we've just done this new part. We go D, E, and then quarter notes, D, E, 2 on B, and we start over again. A, E, B, E, B, E, walking up to C, E, and then again we have D, E, and again same quarter note pattern, D, E, B, again A, E. All right, we're going through this pattern again. Now we have D, E. Now this time D, another half note on E, and then another E, dotted half note, which means 3 counts. And then you know this already. We're tying it to another dotted half note. So 3 plus 3, we're going to hold this for 6 counts. And then we're done with section 2. We're looking now at section 3, a new section, but it's not going to be quite as difficult as the last section, mostly rhythmically speaking. We have all quarter notes until the very end, where we have some long tied notes, all right? So we're going to get into our even rhythms again with quarter notes, and we're going to be in the same position that we were in the last section. So in the first section, we were down here, right? Then we shifted up to transition to this position. This second position is the one that we're going to finish out the whole arrangement with. So we're going to stay in this position now for section 3, and we're going to start with our third finger on C, with some quarter notes. So we have 1, 2, 3, again C, 1, 2, 3, 4 on D, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3. Now thumb on A, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3, 2 on B, 2, 3, again 1, 2, 3. Back to C with our third finger. 1, 2, 3, 4 on D, 2, 3, again, 2, 3. Now we end it with 5 on E, dotted half, tied to a dotted half, tied to a dotted half, tied to a dotted half. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. This is a 12-count note to end this epic arrangement, all right? And there it is, my friends. That's the right-hand play-along melody here for Interstellar theme. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Phil. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that notification bell. And be sure to check out the Playground Sessions interactive app. It was co-created by music legend Quincy Jones. Playground teaches the piano with interactive feedback and gaming features, all while using your favorite songs.